Mark my words.
Right on, John.
Mark
He's
my
going to pick
words.
up some senators, too, believe it or not.
We're going to gain 5 or 6 Senate seats in the midterms, and I think we hold the House.
Yep.
I think we hold the House.
Super.
Right? We're going to hold the House.
John.
And we're going to hold it, you know why? Because we got Walter Jones, and he's coming up now, and he represents the 3rd District of North Carolina. Congressman, I'm in a great mood today.
Always hear you and your call-ins and all the good information you share about the swamp. I'm out here swimming, and I just had an alligator bite me, but I'm doing okay.
I know. Isn't that, I mean, come on. Like me, you go home every weekend. But,
oh, yeah.
I mean, just be honest, Walter, because you're just a little tiny bit more mature than I am. But let's just be honest. When you get out of that town on a Friday, right, and you get in that car or plane or however you get home, and you just get out, don't you just, like, finally breathe some fresh air? I mean, figuratively speaking.
John, I drive home, and when I get south of Fredericksburg by 2 miles, I start breathing like I'm a human being.
I'm the same way. As soon as you get off that easy pass and you get through that 95, that bottleneck traffic, and you get through Fredericksburg, it's like, you know what? I'm getting home. I'm going to get with real people with real problems that actually make things and produce something. And it's very invigorating, no question about it. Okay, well, so look, I got to play this clip here, Congressman. I got to get your reaction to this.
Well, I have to say, I think it's very sad when Germany makes a massive oil and gas deal with Russia, where you're supposed to be guarding against Russia, and Germany goes out and pays billions and billions of dollars a year to Russia. So we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting all of these countries, and then numerous of the countries go out and make a pipeline deal with Russia, where they're paying billions of dollars into the coffers of Russia. So we're supposed to protect you against Russia, but they're paying billions of dollars to Russia, and I think that's very inappropriate. And the former chancellor of Germany is the head of the pipeline company that's supplying the gas. Ultimately, Germany will have almost 70% of their country controlled by Russia with natural gas. So you tell me, is that appropriate? I mean, I've been complaining about this from the time I got in. It should have never been allowed to have happened. But Germany is totally controlled by Russia because they were getting from 60 to 70% of their energy from Russia and a new pipeline. And you tell me if that's appropriate, because I think it's not. And I think it's a very bad thing for NATO, and I don't think it should have happened.
Okay, so, Congressman, I mean, so what the president is saying is, look, you want me to spend our taxpayer money defending you. We got troops there against Russia, and yet you're giving them billions of dollars to Russia to get your energy. You want to go buy their energy from them. You do what you want, but then why am I funding your defense? I mean, what's your reaction to that, Congressman?
Well, John, the whole world is in chaos. I mean, we got a debt going out of control right here in America. I'm more concerned, quite frankly. I'm a Ron Paul type representative. I want to see America strong. I want to see a strong military, and stop trying to police the world and let these other countries shift for themselves.
Right.
So I guess indirectly I might agree with some of the president's positions. But to me, we need to come back to this country and have a kind of leadership that says, my God, we're not going to spend more money than we bring in from the taxpayers, and we're going to start sending troops to Afghanistan. We're going to bring them home and let them fight it out over there. I'm a Ron Paul person. And, John, every year I've got more like Ron Paul on foreign policy than ever before.
Why do we still have troops in Germany, Congressman? What is the objective of that?
Well, I don't think we ought to have the bases overseas. I'll be honest with you. There was a time it made sense, but we have far outlived that time. And I have been on bills in Congress, bipartisan bills, to say that we need to look at our security needs in these foreign countries and make a decision by Washington with the help of the president that we no longer need to have troops around the world.
We have 21 bases in Germany. right? 21 bases. I mean, what are we protecting them from? Greece? We have 21 bases. Italy? I mean, like the Russians are going to what? Invade Western Europe with ground troops? I mean, come on, Congressman. I mean, come on. This is the military-industrial complex. They won't let go. They just won't let go.
Well, I did an interview with NPR that's going to play sometime next year. They've already interviewed a number of senators and policy people, and they wanted to interview me. And to that point you made, I said the same thing in a different way. I said it's time for America to rethink what is important to this country and stop just wasting money. It's not made public yet, but let me tell you, it will be made public in about 2 weeks. I wrote a letter 7 months ago to John Sopko. He's been on your show before, Inspector General of Afghan Reconstruction. I asked him, and they're going to have it for me very soon, how much of the $800 billion that we have spent in Afghanistan could be, what percentage is waste, fraud, and abuse?
Well, it never stops. And what is amazing to me, Congressman Walter Jones, is that when we have a president, when Trump challenges status quo military-industrial complex think, right? When he challenges it with plain New York talk, like he just said, you're paying Russia billions of dollars for energy. You're not buying it from us. Billions of dollars from energy. I get it, right? You need energy. They got it. It's cheap. Go for it. They want us to protect you from Russia, who you're giving billions of dollars to, instead of you protecting yourself. So it's like we're giving the money to Russia. I mean, that's basically what he said. It's like we're de facto, through the back door, giving the money to Russia. And, you know, the globalists and the statists and everybody that in the military-industrial complex, they just want status quo. And so you get everybody's upset when this guy tries to disrupt anything. And you're basically in the same boat. That's why, look, there's not going to be an AUMF vote in Congress. Why? I'll tell you why. Because if Ryan let the vote go, or McCarthy, whatever happens, if any of these people let the vote go, right, there is no case to be made for the 20,000, for the 15,000 troops that we have in Afghanistan. None. No case. So they're not going to have the vote because the vote would get crushed and they would be exposed. And then we would have to take the troops out because there'd be no justification. That's why, sir, you're not going to have a vote.
Well, no, you're right. I wrote to Paul Ryan before he left for the July 4th break. I think Mr. Taylor, who's been on your show, a Navy SEAL, got a letter
Taylor.
That he and the congressman from Nebraska, that my staff told me about today. I said I'll sign the letter asking for a new debate, but I said probably my name is not going to help them because I raised enough hell and accused Paul Ryan of not letting us debate when kids are dying. So if they're dying, then it's because Paul Ryan won't let us have a debate.
Well, he's not going to let you have the debate because the debate is going to lead to forcing the vote on the floor, and that's going to force the Trump administration to have to come in and defend what we're doing in Afghanistan. It's indefensible. They have no plan. They have no policy. There's no end game. John Bolton can come in there and his mustache can turn green. He's not going to be able to defend it, and they're going to get beat. And then they have to take the troops out. And then the military-industrial complex and all their suppliers and the people that, you know, make money on supplying gas, food, water, oil, this, that, guns, uniforms, you know, they all go by the wayside. And so the thing continues on in perpetuity. And, you know, we've got their supporters running around saying that, you know, what bad things are going to happen if we get out of there. So it's the same old stuff. Let's get to another topic here. All right. And I'm going to ask you this candidly. Last time that we talked, I believe the Republicans are going to hold the House, all right? I think you're going to hold on, maybe 5, maybe 3, but I think you hold on because of the economy. Last time we talked, you said look, if we hold on, my candidate is Jim Jordan, former chairman of the Freedom Caucus. Now, these allegations come out against him as a wrestling coach at his college a very long time ago, and he's famous for that, saying that there was this, sexual abuse thing going on, and they told him and he didn't do anything. It comes out 30 years later. He's not implicated in anything, like he didn't do anything, but they said it was brought to his attention and he looked the other way. Yet other people have come out and said that's not true. Don't you think it's odd that these allegations leak just at this time? And do you think there's anything to them?
No, John, I agree. Jim's a fine fella, and I know he's telling the truth. He knew nothing about it at the time. And yet I would tell you, I don't know this, but I had a reporter yesterday to ask me if I thought that the rumor was started by someone who's running for a leadership position in the Republican Party. You know what I said? I don't know, and I'll say that to you and your listeners. I don't know, but to your point, it's very strange that Jim's announced he's running for speaker, and all of a sudden this information from 20 years ago is made public. This is a swamp up here, and the swamp stinks.
Congressman, it really does, and it's disgusting. And look, I don't think it's true. Those of us that have, talked to Jim Jordan, and it's inconceivable to me. But yeah, I mean, it most likely got leaked by one of his rivals. Yep. And this is what the swamp does. I mean, they have deep ties to the media, different people, and if they want to take somebody out, they dig up Oppo research and they leak it to Politico, or they leak it to The Hill, or they leak it to the New York Times or the Post, or whatever sources in media they have that they think are going to give the story credibility and run with it. And so and sometimes they'll shop these. I mean, those of us in the media like myself, when I ran newspapers and was editor, people would shop stories to me, and it would be normally Oppo research. And they're pretty savvy. I mean, they'd shop at a deadline, right? So I had to make a decision and couldn't necessarily get a rebuttal. I mean, these people know what they're doing. And, some of it is just false information. But I really think what happened to Jim Jordan is just, you're right, Walter Jones. It just signifies the scumminess of the whole swamp in D.C.
Amen.
And why it makes so many people sick, and why the two of us on a Friday afternoon can't wait to get the hell out of there.
You're exactly right. And I think the truth will come out, because I know Jim Jordan, you know Jim Jordan, and nobody's perfect in this world. But I can tell you this, if the man said he didn't know a thing about it, I believe him 110%.
Well, there you have it. Walter Jones, Republican Congressman, 3rd District, North Carolina. Walter Jones, thank you for being with us. Always appreciate it.
Thank you, John. Bye-bye.